Have spent months sharing what they want to see improved in their neighborhood. Tonight, Region 1 Planning Council asked community members to choose which of two proposed projects that should move into full planning. Miriam Niesmeyer is here to break down which option could bring to the area and what happens next.
Daniel, the effort moved forward when Region 1 selected Midtown as the second neighborhood in its Livable Communities initiative. The first project was Keith Creek and now Midtown District. The program helps neighbors turn their ideas into a detailed project plan, something local leaders say is long overdue.
This plan is completely community driven, so whatever the neighbors want is what the neighbors will get.
After two earlier community meetings, Midtown District residents returned for the third of 4 sessions, this time to choose which idea Region 1 Planning Council develops into a full project through its Livable Communities Initiative program.
So whatever the neighbors would like to see in that area or the businesses, we would be happy to implement.
Midtown District was awarded with the initiative last year, and the goal is to help improve communities' quality of life.
One is a facade improvement along Broadway, and the other is a beautification of the Railroad Ave corridor.
Residents voted on the Broadway Storefront Improvement Program to help independently owned businesses improve signage, branding, and murals.
Anytime that we're taking the initiative to help Midtown and Broadway, we're better for it. Especially for residents in the area and the community, like I said, as a whole, because we are a gateway to our downtown.
Midtown District Executive Director Keith Young says any investment benefits the larger community.
I think the beautification, beautifying storefronts, giving building owners and tenants the opportunity to have the funds to be able to do some of the things that they haven't been able to do in the past. I think that's a great opportunity for them.
Rockford 11th Ward Alderman Jaime Salgado hopes it will raise neighborhood pride.
The hope is that more businesses will come out here, want to invest, and say, hey, you know, this is not a bad area to be part of it.
Organizers expect the 4th and final Midtown meeting later this year, where a final drafted plan will be presented to the community.
If approved, Region 1 says storefront improvements could begin as early as next spring. Well, Benny's